Hey, Mark here from dynamitestocks.com. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to look at my two short positions and figure out where I want to put stop orders out to take profit. Because I've decided I'm going to take profit again on SM, and I'm going to take my profits on Gram. I've already sold about 75% or so of my SM position, and SM did exactly what I wanted it to do. I shorted it on either this day or this day, and it just tanked from there. It just crashed. It even gapped down right after I shorted it. You can kind of see the gap down here. Let's see. Yeah, there it is, right there. That gap. It gapped down, and a gap down is a really bearish signal. Like you see here, it gapped and just crashed. So I don't want to get. I'm getting kind of greedy. I don't want to get too greedy on this one. So it's at a point where it could actually find some support. It's actually is right on this support right here. Well, you can't really see it on this chart for some reason, but probably because I've got it kind of wide. But there we go. Like you can see how it's right at that support. I mean, it's a little bit below it. It's definitely a breakdown, but there's a very good likelihood that it's going to catch support from those 838 was the 838 was the low before, and it kind of stalled out here, and then um, took that out finally. And the cool thing about this one was oil and the market was going up at the same time it was going down. Like right here, oil was up like 8% that day. It's pretty ridiculous. So that makes me pretty confident that it's going to go lower, but I'm in this to take pro. I'm in this to make money and take profits. So I'm not trying to call a huge move here because I can always re-short it. I mean, if it gaps down again, I mean, if it just starts tanking again, if it gaps down, this continues. I can always re-short it. Maybe a little more undersized or um, depending on what kind of entry I get. But it's just down so much right now, and it's gonna possibly catch support that I'm just gonna sell the rest, and I've only got like a third of it or so left. But so the question is, where do I put the stop, or where do I cover? I keep saying sell, but I mean cover because I'm short. So I mean, obviously, if it goes above this high of 877, that would be a good place to cover because it's going to go, but it's likely going to go a lot higher if it does that. But like what I did here was I had a stop to cover at like 940 or something because I was expecting it to bounce on Friday. This is Friday right there. So I was expecting it to bounce. So I had a stop right here to cover, and it just kept going. It just kept falling, so it never even got close to that, which was even better than covering, of course. So I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm just gonna I'm gonna hope that it keeps just crashing. It opens up well below 824. Opens up at like 8 or something. See, the low was 794. That actually took out the 8, which is uh, it could be a psychological level, but not so much since it's over like $2 or $3 a share. These even dollar marks aren't quite as important, but they they it, they do tend to catch support and resistance around them. But so it closed at 824. I'll probably, since I'm looking to take profit, I'll probably put a stop at um probably 835. I'm not doing anything scientific on that. It's just that would be kind of a bounce where it might, you know, get some more buys, but it's better to do that and just put it a little higher than the close or the low. So just in case it does keep going down, I'll still be in it. But what I'm trying to prevent is that if I don't sell it, that it could go against me a lot. I mean, it could. Uh, if I was watching it intraday, if I was gonna watch it all day, if I was gonna watch the market all day tomorrow, I wouldn't put anything. I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't put any stops out there or anything. But the idea is to have the protection, if I need it. So so probably 835, something like that. I'll probably go for maybe 830. So that's that one. And Graham is such a cool. It's such a cool one. Look at this chart. It went up. Well, it hardly had any volume before that too. It just started going up on volume. Look, it traded 138,000 shares back in January, and that looks like the biggest, the biggest day. Traded a million, and if that's right, last year. But anyway, this volume just came out of nowhere. Look, it traded 442,000 shares on the 4th of February, and then it traded 224, 500,000 shares. Gee, it's 400. So it turned out to be the perfect kind of setup, and I had the perfect entry. I had just about yeah, I'd say the perfect entry is what I got, because I could have shorted it here, but that would have been kind of stupid because it was basically breaking out. It was easily going to go higher there. So I waited for that first day where it kind of stalled out right here, and I shorted it on this day at on the crack of that low, because the low there was 410, and I wanted to short it at 408, and I ended up shorting it at 401. So, and it's just gone down. See, it goes up every day. Now it's going down every day. It's down 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row. So that's a lot of days in a row. So it very easily could bounce tomorrow. It's either gonna crash big time or bounce. So, but there's no guarantee it's gonna crash. So I think with the way this volume is kind of lower than these buy blocks, it's gonna it's gonna bounce. I've gotten more than I expected to think out of this one already. I was thinking it was gonna just whipsaw around and stuff, but so I want to take as much profit out of here as I can, and since it's not a total crap company, it's a pretty good company. It's not gonna. I don't see it going to $2 soon. It could, but it's not what I see, what I was planning on. So So I'll probably set a stop to cover at let's see, the low. The low on Friday was 371. The high was 392, and it closed at. I'm looking over here. And it closed at 371. Oh, no, that's right. Closed at 376. So I think wherever it would go green would be a really good place to cover, since it's just it kind of proves to just keep breaking down. So let me look at it. I'm gonna look at it intraday here. Let me look at it on an intraday chart. There we go. See what the intraday shows us. I'm going through this as I was gonna go through it without doing a video, so I figured I'd do a video anyway. So yeah, there's where I shorted it up here, right at that about that line, and there's a lot of see that resistance right here. It's even it's pretty thin stock, even though it's got volume. Let's see, that's the resistance right there. Let's go to a 2-day. I would say that's where it had a lot of resistance. And so to do this right, I would need to put a stop at about 388 to cover, because if it breaks above this red line, it's gonna go green. It could probably run some more. So it's probably either gonna run or just crash. I mean, I hope it'd be nice if it crashed, but I'll see what I can do with the 388. As far as protecting a lot of profit. Uh, that's really the best place to put a stop to cover. Is the three. Well, I'm usually conservative. You know, like price points aren't always in cement. They're not. So I usually give a wiggle room. I give a wiggle room of like a couple pennies or two. You know, so probably 390 would be the ideal place to cover. Because at that point the chart's gone kind of bullish. So I'm just gonna drink of water real quick. So I'll look at doing that. That would take out. I mean, if it opens at like 378 tomorrow, uh, it'd be nice to really lock that in. I might sell it. I might have to sell it in tranches. Like I might do. I might sell half of it, or maybe 3/4 right at the open, and put the rest with a stop loss at about like 392. I think that's a pretty good strategy, because in case it does keep going lower, like the SM did, I can capture a lot of that. So Yeah, I'll probably sell 3/4 of it at the open. And we'll see what happens with this, happens with the rest of it. And I'll probably debate it even before I put the order in, because I like to think about it, a little bit when I have the time. So man, I guess that's kind of one advantage of swing trading is you can strategize for a long time. While you're day trading, you really have to make a split-second decision. In a stock that's moving. So I'll be thinking about how much of gram I want to take, how much profit I want to take. Either I'm going to sell it all. Well, I'm thinking either sell 3/4 at the open and then put the rest of the stop, or just sell it all. Because what this chart's telling me is it's going to go higher. So part of that is the doji right here. This candle right there is a bit of a doji. On Friday, see it went up and down and then settled in the middle. That's pretty bullish on this chart. So and I was thinking. And it has gone so well. It's gone down all the time after I shorted it. I might as well take what they gave me there. So definitely I'll be selling SM, or I'm putting a stop out there, and I'll be selling. I'm definitely gonna be taking profits on Graham. How much I'm not sure yet, but uh, I will be locking it in with a stop. Excuse me. Oh yeah, and some other ones I'm watching. CPXX. This one has potential for a short if it goes up a couple more days. It's gonna rip higher if it. It's just pure Momo. It's a pure momentum stock, or a Momo, you call it short. It's gone from $1.20 to $2.30 in 5 days. So I'm watching this one for a short, maybe. It'd be nice if it went over 3. It'd be a perfect short. Because I'm not even sure my broker. I'm pretty sure my broker will let me short under stocks under 3, but I'm not sure. This one's cool too. This one, glue, is keeps going up, so I'm gonna watch it. It's actually a good buy in the breakout, but I'm not sure about this company. I don't think it's a very good company. So this could be a really good short if it keeps going up. Well, actually, it looks like earnings. Oh yeah, they hit earnings. So I guess the earnings must have been pretty darn good if it's up, or something was good. The guidance. So because you can see a couple of years ago, it went from I'm looking at this right here. It went from like $3 something to about 7. And it'd be nice if it did the same thing, because it'd be an amazing short. Because you can see how fast it came down in the past. So, and CYTR, I was kind of, yeah, I was watching that one. That looks like a bull flag. Wow, that's a really good bull flag right now. See the strong buy volume on the days right here, and then it just kind of it just goes down, and the volume is lower on the second day at the bottom of the flag. So that means it's kind of exhausted. The sellers are, when I said buy volume, I meant sell volume, but the sell volume on the flag, so it kind of stalled out because it's lower on the second day. you want to see the volume keep decreasing on the sell days on a bull flag. Uh, there might be an example in this chart, but probably not. Well, here kind of see on this the top the volume was high and it goes down, 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 and it's the bottom. So here it's kind of the same. And it's kind of printed a hammer too. So if this one goes over 270, if it hits 271, it could rip pretty good. Because I mean, look what it did here. This actually could be a top gainer. You know, if it does actually run. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'm not sure. I don't know much about this company. I just know the ticker. It's always in play and stuff, but uh, that's a pretty cool one. So I'll be watching these, and I'm just gonna let my Jones Soda run or consolidate. It's kind of a position. I have it more as a position trade than a trade. So, because I think it does have potential to go a lot higher. I mean, I'll cut my lot if it does go against me. I'll cut my losses, but I kind of want to let it run. So those are what I was going to look at, and hope everybody has a great Monday and a good rest of the week. I'll put a video up on what actually does happen with these two stocks on maybe tomorrow or probably tomorrow night. So I'll keep posted. And if I see anything else, of course, I'll put it up on Twitter or Dynamite Stocks. This is Mark signing off from dynamitestocks.com.